Good afternoon, friends. I'm Father Dennis Dorner. It is 2:57 p.m. on Tuesday, January 12th, and I thought we could just kind of get together to check in. I want to see how everybody's doing, see how people are feeling, kind of check in on everybody. It's been a while since I've been able to do one of these, and so I thought it would be good if we could get together and say hello. Let's see. Yep. Got everything all set up and ready, so if anybody shows up, that's awesome. If not, I understand. Figure maybe I can just grab a guitar and start picking while everybody's just kind of gathering. Hello. How are you, Lee? I'm doing okay over here. It's been a busy morning. Things are going pretty well. No complaints. I'm gonna give people until about 3 o'clock and kind of get talking, but I think everybody's kind of struggling with some stuff right now, and I thought I'd kind of throw some things out there and kind of talk to everybody and just kind of try to, I don't know, do a collective calm, perhaps, is my hope. Good afternoon, friends. Who has joined us? We've got about 7 of us here so far. It's good to see everybody. Hey, Phil, how are you? I hope you're doing well up in Asheville. So yeah, we're coming off of, gosh, it's been a kind of a crazy number of weeks, months with Christmas happening and the New Year and all the feasts that kind of go in, and just kind of want to check in and see how everybody's doing, and just kind of let people know kind of where we're coming from. At least I'm sharing my personal perspective. Everyone is experiencing a lot right now. Between the compounded stress of being in the midst of a pandemic and the political turmoil that's taking place amidst our country right now, there's a lot happening, and I think, and I maybe this is just me growing up, but for so often in my younger years, I would see something happen and I would just react to it. Other things, I didn't know how to respond to. In today's world, I tend to discern most things, and some of the things that happen are even beyond my capacity to comment upon. Do I have thoughts on it? Yes, I have many thoughts. And sometimes they're so angry, and sometimes they're so frustrated, and sometimes they are so appalled that sometimes I just need to sit with it a little bit longer. Because until I can come up with like constructive words for it, it's hard. Hey, Claire. And so, I wanted to comment because I got an email from somebody who I respect tremendously, and they had said, why didn't you on Sunday talk about everything that happened last week? And this was my response. I I wanted to talk about what happened last week. I've wanted to talk about it each and every day. I don't have the words yet. I mean, that was of such a scale that is beyond my capacity. The amount of hate that I saw present, and violence, and destruction, and it wasn't even fueled by a cause that is good. It was a cause that has been fueled by lies, and I'm frustrated by it. And so, for me, for someone to say, well, why didn't you talk about this at Mass? Honestly, I didn't even know how to bring it into Mass. But I wanted to talk about the major thing that I think most of us as individuals struggle with, is that real ability to encounter conversion. And as I've said once, I've said it a million times, conversion is not a singular event. It's a series of moments tied together by grace. But when I see something that is so void of conversion and so void of grace, for that matter, and I don't know how to comment on it necessarily right away. And so, I kind of wanted to kind of reach out and just say, did I want to speak about it? Yeah. I still want to speak about it, but I honestly don't have new words. I mean, I can tell you the atrocity that is racism. I can talk about how much bigotry and homophobia and xenophobia was present within that mob that was present. I think the major thing that I'm seeing above all else is a lack of accountability on people. I heard people saying, well, they let us in. Are you supposed to be there? Did you have a real role there? I saw, protests carried out peacefully, including the, one we did this summer, and it was people marching peacefully, not with a message of hate in any way, but rather to try to bring dignity and justice. And so I've been trying to talk about that idea of conversion and discernment and everything else that is so necessary. And I think we're all kind of there. And I think it's easy to be critical of what we do and do not say. And I think it's fair on some degree. But I did want to share perspective, because I'm not going to talk about something that I don't have the ability to really talk about it with a full enough perspective and a mature enough discerned response that I can guide people with those words. There are a lot of you who might think that I just kind of say everything that comes to my mind. I assure you, you hear but a glimpse of what comes to my mind, and so, I just kind of wanted us to kind of be aware that in these times where, you might have expectations of what it is maybe that that some of us are going to say or do, and maybe my discerned will match up with your expectations, but when it doesn't, realize that my heart is in the right place on so much, and I'm with you, and I agree that these things were atrocities, and if I hadn't spoken up enough about it, it's because I'm floored. A group of individuals that I would normally say would hold great reverence for the American flag, that were using it as a weapon to beat other people. Do you have words for that aside from just wrong? And so I'm kind of there with that. And at the same time, if when it does come back to feedback, if there's something that you want more of, that you are seeking more of, obviously we want to bring that to you. So let us know. I don't want anyone to be hesitant in terms of sharing your perspective with us, but I also want you to know that, I'm limited in what I'm able to share based on where my heart is. And I'm human too. And what I witnessed last week was beyond anything that I've ever seen, on such a scale beyond anything I thought I could ever see. And it was compounded. I've also received some things from other people, and I think I'm reeling a little bit right now. And so I just kind of wanted to share that with everybody, just to kind of, I don't know, if I haven't shared this enough, for us to kind of try to widen and open our perspective just as much as we possibly can, to be as understanding of where other people are coming from and why they respond the way that they do. And we always have this profound hope that people are coming for the best of intentions, but That may not always be the case. I hope that I'm always bringing the best of intentions, and what I'm bringing to you guys, in terms of when I make myself present and what I share with you guys, and how I prepare myself and what I feed myself with in terms of allowing myself to do that. So I don't know. That was one of the things I wanted to share, kind of first and foremost. I also wanted to just applaud everybody for the amazing work that you guys are doing in terms of what you've been sending down to the shrine. The sandwich ministry, as it's continued, has been awesome. Also, the amount of those Mylar blankets that have been coming in. People have started to send in masks. Thank you for all of that. That's where we're cooperating, and I think that's incredible, and I think that's really it's so necessary in the world today. What else did I want to talk about? I want to see how you guys are doing. I've been trying to bring little things personally to the table just to kind of brighten people's lives, or try to be a little bit of, I've been playing guitar for people, just getting on here and just playing guitar for a couple hours each, a couple different nights. I don't know if you guys enjoy that or not, but it's something fun for me to do, because I'm probably going to be sitting here practicing or playing, and why not join and create community and do gathering around that as well. So I think that's pretty important, and so that's something else that I've been trying to do. I did want to impart, the necessity for everybody right now. It's so easy to get the fatigue, it's pandemic fatigue, essentially, is what it is, and we're all kind of tired of the pandemic, but it's not done. And so I just want to kind of remind people: continue wearing your masks, continue social distancing. If you're able to stay home, stay home. Are you bored? Yeah, I get it. Trust me, I get it. But maybe we can figure out ways to entertain ourselves more if we just kind of express that need. I need more things to do. Okay, well, let's come up with something. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking, guys. That's kind of where I'm at with a lot of these things. But I wanted to share my perspective in terms of the feedback, and kind of lament that I don't have the words for you. At times, I don't know, for those of you who know me really well, I spend a ton of time prepping for homily. I mean, I start at least a week in advance. But sometimes something happens that's so big, like I don't know what to say. There's been times that something so big has happened that I do know what to say, because it's something that has happened again and again. We're in new territory with some of this stuff now, so I'm, I say what I can, and I try to be as comforting as I can. And I think I think it's easy for all of us to kind of be on overload right now. It doesn't mean I'm trying to shy away from the truths and the important things. But I do think it's important for us to, be sensitive to each other, because we're all kind of carrying a lot. And I'm expressing from a very vulnerable and personal place. I'm carrying a lot right now. There's a lot of y'all that you're in my heart constantly, and a lot of you guys are dealing with some really, really heavy stuff, and so that's been really good. Yeah, Gloria, I've been playing guitar. I've done it probably like 3 different times. It's been fun. I've also been sharing some stuff. There's a really good resource that I have that's online. Her name is she goes by the Holistic Psychologist, and her psychology, I've been reading a lot of the stuff that she's been posting for a couple years now, and she's just on the money. And so usually I try to share some of the coping and processing techniques that all of us kind of need to be ever mindful of in times of this extended stress that we're all kind of feeling right now. Obviously, gathering in prayer is incredibly comforting. But also there are those times that we need the comfort and assistance of having somebody else to kind of walk us through things. And so that tried and true experience of psychology is a very helpful thing for a lot of people. And so keep an eye out for those things as well. I don't know what else. I think that was kind of the major stuff that I kind of wanted to share more than anything else. I wanted to let people know that my heart is with you, that I am, kind of in shock as well, that I'm grieving as well, that everybody is kind of grieving the ugliness that we've seen from some of our brothers and sisters. And then even the response that we've seen from some of our siblings just kind of makes you go, what is happening? We turn to prayer, And we seek to be healed personally, but also we seek to respond with love. And so that is my brief little 15-minute. Here I am. I love you guys checking in, and I'm gonna go attend to my doggo now. His stomach's a little upset today, so we're having some issues there. But I love you guys very much. I hope that your day is filled with grace and with goodness. Peace be with all of y'all. Be good to each other. Take care.